What is up? What is up? What is up? All right, so it is April 15th, 2024. Right now it is 5:10 p.m. I'm about to leave the house in a little bit. I have a business networking mixer to do because, that's what life is. And anyway, I just wanted to make an episode about sacrifice. Yeah, like I suppose that is going to be the topic for today and probably the name of this episode. So this is um episode number 2, right? And yeah, today we're going to talk about sacrifice. So I did a little bit of reading earlier, and I came across, it was kind of affirmed to me. It was First Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11, which says, you know, here, give me a second. Give me a second. I'm thinking about it. I don't want to look it up. So it says, when I was a child, I I spoke and thought and reasoned as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. And I think this is pretty important to think about. And of course, like the person who wrote it was Paul. Paul is a dude, hence when I became a man, but I think it's really applicable to anybody. And the thing is like once we make that transition from childhood into adulthood, if we're really going to be the best men and the best women that we're going to be, the best husbands and wives that we're going to be, the best mothers and fathers that we're going to be, like the only way to really accomplish that is to make sure that we allocate the necessary time to really filling those roles. And man, I think one of the biggest challenges for I want to say it's probably just my generation, man, in the United States. Like one of the biggest challenges is that there's this perception or this belief that relaxation is something that's necessary instead of one getting like in order for me to like fill my batteries and in order for me to gain energy, I must seek things outside of my family or my work in order to get those things. And that's actually like a really new concept. The thing is like playing is traditionally for children. And if we really look at like people who were born in like what is it, like Generation Y, like people born in the 70s and prior to that, Generation X and all of those guys, your grandparents, your great grandparents. The thing is they came from a generation where there was no pursuit of purpose. Like that entire thing is a new concept, the pursuit of purpose and the pursuit of passion. And well, I need to do something that I want to do, and it needs to be fun. Like I'm exaggerating here, but it needs to be fun all of the time. Otherwise, then that's going to stress me out. And well, I had a bad day because of today or the last 2 weeks, everybody that I tried to sell at the car dealership told me no, and so I must not be a car salesman. It's not for me. But the thing is like if you do anything for a long enough time horizon, like you're going to run into challenges. And anyway, like just going back to our parents, like that wasn't something that they even had to actively acknowledge. At least I don't think a lot of them did. It was just understood that a part of life is working, and I'm not saying that people didn't take vacation or anything like that, but the thing was that once upon a time, like people really did get their sense of fulfillment and passion and pride from being a mother, from being a father, from their job. And then that's what they would talk about, not because it was a conversational piece, but because it actually meant something to them. And I think at some point where and I'm saying our because I'm a millennial, right? And then right after me is Gen Z, and then you have Gen A. And the thing is like there's a huge emphasis on doing things based on desire and not purpose or meaning. And then the chase or pursuit of desire is what's supposed to eventually bring that purpose or meaning. And they call it chasing your passion. And so we have a bunch of generation of people who like these generations of people who are looking to become like YouTube stars and influencers, and like OnlyFans is a thing. And it's really interesting to me that that's become the shift, that people expect to find their meaning and to feel fulfilled and to feel joy in life through the pursuit of something that brings no real value to the world. And I would argue, like, if we're going to use I'm going to use a job that I think like a lot of people with this kind of mindset don't really respect, right? So like being a car salesman. This is very, to me, this is like an important one because I've been hanging out with and talking to a lot of salesmen lately. But if we're going to use being a car salesman, I think that there are a good chunk of the majority of people in our generation who don't really respect the car salesman. But the thing is about the good, ethical, right, car salesman, the one who's like actually good at his job, the one who gets thank you notes and return customers and referrals, is that guy is helping people with arguably one of the largest purchases that they'll ever make in their life, right? You have your house and you have your car, and your car is what's responsibility for your sense of freedom. It's what's going to allow you to travel and explore things outside of your neighborhood is your car. Like, you're going to spend more time in your car than anywhere else other than your home and maybe work, depending on what it is that you do. Like, your car is one of the most important and most pivotal parts of your life. It's like your bed and your car are the places where you spend the most time. So when you consider that, right, when you consider how important cars are, right, and then like being the kind of person who's actually able to fit a human being or a family with a car that's just right for them, and then they thank you for it, like, just think about how good that must feel, right? Like, the fact that you're actually helping somebody do something and you're contributing to someone's life in that way, like, that provides such an immense amount of value. Think about, like, if you were to become, here's another one for you, right? Like, if you were to become a personal trainer, and I'm not going to say any names, but recently I told somebody, I think that they would make a phenomenal personal trainer. And it was actually, like, I don't want to mince words or anything, but what they effectively told me is like, no, like, I don't think that's for me. And when I kind of went into the reasoning why, which part of it was like how in shape that person is and how great they look, the response to me is like, well, I'm more than that. And I agree. I do think that person is more than that. But my argument to anybody, or not my argument, but my point, and the reason why I think that personal trainers are so valuable is because what they're doing is they're not just arbitrarily helping someone with the way that they physically look. It's not just an outward appearance thing. Like, the thing about like being in shape and being healthy is that you are literally helping people live longer. You're helping people spend more time with their families. You're helping people spend more time with their spouses. You're helping people like get to a point where they have enough self-confidence to even find a spouse in the first place. What you're doing is you're helping people overcome like their own self-image issues. You're helping people like actually communicate well with others because now they have the energy and the mental clarity to do so. Like, and that's the value of being a personal trainer. Like, what you're doing kind of starts with the gym, I suppose. It starts with exercise, but what comes out of that is a completely new human being inside and out. And like, that's the value that I see in someone who's a personal trainer. And man, it's just interesting because if you had spoken to me like 6 months ago, like, obviously I've been heavily influenced by the experiences that I've had recently. But if you had talked to me 6 months ago, like, I was very much like, I believe that I was somebody who did not do sales. Like, I am not a salesperson. And actually, over the, like, one of the self-limiting beliefs that I had, and the reason why I say that is because, when it comes to both personal training and car sales, like, obviously those are both sales positions. Being a personal trainer, you have to be able to communicate well with other people and make them feel good. And that's all sales. That really is. It's a sales skill. Communication is a sales skill. And sales in and of itself is all about communication and empathy. That's all it is. You're helping people solve their problems if you're doing it well, right? The thing is 6 months ago, even though I inherently understood that, I still didn't see myself as somebody who like was a salesperson, right? Like, I don't do sales. That's not me. And this was actually something that I said to somebody over the weekend, somebody that I respect. And it's 100% a self-limiting belief, especially since after that conversation, I took the time to really think about some of the interactions that I've had with other people while speaking to marketers, for example, like other people in the marketing space, and I told them about how I got started, people who are further than me when it comes to their businesses and their industries, right? VPs, larger companies, etc. And them telling me like, wow, well, based on what you told me, like, that's phenomenal. The offer that you made is insane. Like, that's crazy. And I would argue that you are somebody who sells. Like, you're just like, your way of selling is extremely unique and it's mind blowing. We should keep in touch. And like, I've heard those sorts of things prior to me being an entrepreneur and even being in the military and having conversations with people and people just describing me as someone who's charming, right? And me not recognizing that quality in myself because, once again, self-limiting beliefs. Also, me being an introvert and thinking, well, all I'm doing is what I have to in order to make it through this interaction sometimes, right? I wasn't in the healthiest place mentally or emotionally or spiritually when I was in the military. So, which I think is definitely not something that I've touched on, but yeah, it just wasn't the best place for me. My coworkers were phenomenal. I think the philosophies of the military itself were great. It just wasn't an environment that was meant for someone like me to thrive in, which is why I only did 7 years and then I separated. But yeah, that's really it. The thing is that sacrifice is necessary because you can't do what you want to do and do the things that are necessary all in the same 24 hours. And that doesn't mean that you can't relax. It doesn't mean that you can't have breaks, right? But if the intention is to earn more money, right? And you already have 8 to 10 hours a day that are allocated toward a job that you aren't getting what you want at, right? Then all you have at that point are the other 6 to 8 hours that you're not sleeping to really consider what you're going to do, and then to start pursuing that thing on the side until you're then ready to move away from the thing that you are doing that isn't for you. And so like when it comes to career development, shifting industries, getting a better position, you have 6 to 8 hours every day that you can allocate towards that shift. But if you're not utilizing that, then you're just going to stay in the dead end position that you've been in for years. If the intention is to spend more time with your kids, right? But you're spending 4 to 5 hours a day playing video games, right? Then you can't do that. If you're spending that time watching movies, watching Netflix, napping, whatever it is, like insert immature behavior here, right? Because that's usually what it is. Like these things that we believe we need to do in order to keep our sanity, but in reality, they're pleasurable things that stem from our childhood. And it doesn't mean that we can't revisit and enjoy those things sometimes, like in moderation. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. Like everybody is allowed to quote someone this weekend, eat some maple bars sometimes. But you also need to recognize that if the idea is to get like a certain result, then maybe indulging in that thing is not really what's needed for now, right? And yeah, that's just the point that I'm trying to make. You know, at some point, you need to accept, okay, there's this level of responsibility that you have, and that's what I'm doing right now. There's a level of responsibility that I have, and this obligation that I have to the family that I don't have yet, right? Like my wife, she's on the way. I don't know who she is yet, but she's there. She exists, and we will meet eventually. And then my kids are also on the way, you know, by proxy. And the thing is like, I need to be prepared for them. And if I'm still in a position where I need to spend a large amount of my day working, right? Like we're talking about 12, 14-hour days. Like if I haven't worked hard enough in order for me to scale back on the amount in which I work in order to give time to my wife and family, then like I'm already creating issues. And this is just who I am as a human being. I'm a proactive human being. So I think that the work starts now. Like, let me go ahead and earn the income and get the actual cash flow necessary for me to take care of them and have a comfortable life for them before they come. So that when they do, right, there's no question. Like, yes, we can go on that vacation. Yes, we can go to the museum. Yes, we can afford that private school or whatever, right? I'm just making up hypothetical scenarios, but that's the meat and potatoes. It all starts with sacrifice. And the thing is like, is it really sacrifice if you're doing it for something that you really want? Like, anything worth having, it takes work, you know? If everybody, like, if getting a six pack was easy, everyone would have one. So, yeah, that's all I got. Peace. And I'll see y'all in the next episode.